Actors are under a lot of pressure to memorize every single one of their lines. It's important for production to stick to the script, but these scenes prove that some of the best stuff happens right there in the moment. Here are 10 bloopers that made movie scenes better. The Dark Knight. Fans of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy are hard-pressed to pick a favorite, but The Dark Knight is easily the most iconic. The film delivered on the long-anticipated big-screen return of the Joker. Heath Ledger's portrayal was haunting and complex, but also had some truly funny moments. After the Joker detonates the majority of the hospital bombs, there is one delayed blast. Apparently, even though everyone on set was aware the explosion would be a few seconds behind the others, the actor's reaction to it is genuine. And that's fair enough, since anyone else would probably have done the exact same thing. Casino Royale. With every new Bond movie, there comes a new Bond girl, and usually a handful of pretty revealing scenes. Fans had gotten used to a certain amount of scantily clad cast members, but Casino Royale flipped the script. Sort of. Well, actually, no, it didn't. But it did show us something we didn't expect. A topless James Bond emerging from the ocean. That's a move usually reserved for 007's lady friends. But when Daniel Craig ran into some sandbars while swimming ashore for one scene, he went with it, and sold hundreds of new gym memberships in the process. The Avengers. At this point, it should be clear to everyone that Robert Downey Jr. is going to do what he wants. If he's tired, he sleeps. If he's happy, he smiles. And if he's hungry, he's gonna eat, even if the cameras are rolling. The actor has a habit of squirreling snacks around the set and munching on them whenever possible. His tendency to graze was so unstoppable that the team working on the Avengers just went with it instead of even trying to stop him. Viewers might have just chalked it up as one of Tony Stark's many relatable qualities, but now that we know how it came about, we can't help but admire that level of snacking dedication. The usual suspects. No matter how different we may be from one another, most of us can agree that farts are funny, especially if they happen in the middle of something serious. The infamous lineup scene from 1995's The Usual Suspects is a prime example, except you wouldn't know that just by watching it. It seems weird that a bunch of guys standing in a criminal lineup would crack up laughing, but apparently, Benicio del Toro was letting the toots rip during filming. And now you understand why Gabriel Byrne is really covering his nose. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Carrying the ring to Mordor wasn't just hard on Frodo, even though he gets most of the credit. It crippled some of his mates as well, some more painfully than others. Viggo Mortensen goes through a lot as Aragorn, but breaking 2 toes during the filming of The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was the most painful. To add a little extra emotional flair, the actor booted a helmet across the set. Too bad nobody told the props department what was going to happen, because they could have switched it out with a fake that wouldn't destroy Mortensen's foot. The Lord of the Rings. Okay, so Viggo Mortensen can't catch a break. First he cracks some toes kicking a helmet into the horizon, then he gets a real blade hurled at his face in battle. We repeat, he deflected a professionally thrown knife heading straight for his face using his prop sword. It's not easy to see through all those prosthetics, and the thrower misjudged his target, sending that blade directly to Mortensen's face. Everyone on set agreed that it was the most badass thing they'd ever seen, and obviously that take was the one that Peter Jackson kept. Midnight Cowboy. It's a beautiful thing when an actor is so deep into their character that they become them in all situations. Dustin Hoffman is a Hollywood legend. You may not know it, but one of the most recognizable lines of dialogue, "I'm walking here! I'm walking here!" came from off the top of his head. While working on Midnight Cowboy, the actor was so into his role as Ratso that when he almost gets hit by a car while crossing the street, he berates the driver and yells with a fury that only Ratso could muster, and follows it up with a one-liner about collecting insurance money. Django Unchained. Over the course of his career, Leonardo DiCaprio has maintained a fairly diverse resume. He's Hollywood royalty and has been in some of the best films of the past decade. Yet, despite his diverse eye, there was one man the actor hadn't worked with, Quentin Tarantino. But all that changed in 2012 with DiCaprio's turn as Calvin Candy in Django Unchained. This was the first time the actor got to put himself in the villain's shoes, and he was devoted. DiCaprio got so deep into the character that when he sliced his hand open on a broken glass during an intense scene, he didn't even notice. As far as Tarantino is concerned, Real Blood is better than No Blood, and that's the take he kept. Zoolander. Since its release in 2001, Zoolander has proven to be a treasure trove of quotable moments, and was single-handedly responsible for a temporary boom in orange mocha frappuccino sales. Given how comedically talented the cast is, viewers might not be surprised that some of the scenes were off the cuff, but some of Ben Stiller's best moments happened purely by accident. The actor would occasionally forget his lines and just keep repeating himself until they came back. Ultimately, the goof turned out to be pretty in line with his character's personality, and those shots made it into the final cut. American Sniper. When American Sniper hit cinemas in 2014, it blew critics away. The subject matter is controversial, and everyone from the casual moviegoer to members of the Academy took notice. But amidst all the sadness, there is one moment that warrants a little giggle. During a particularly heartbreaking scene between the main character and his wife, actor Bradley Cooper snuggles with his baby. The infant is clearly a doll, and you can see Cooper manually moving the baby's fake arm. And that's enough to take anyone out of the moment, including the cast themselves. Cooper has made fun of the bad prop in more than one interview, but still respects the hell out of Clint Eastwood for avoiding the use of CGI. What do you think of our list? Did we miss any of your favorite bloopers that made movie scenes better? Tell us about them in the comments, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching.